He wrote her name in the sky. She knew his love was written in the clouds. The wind bit at Emma Larsen's cheeks as she huddled against the metal railing. Dark clouds churned above the abandoned airstrip. A single spotlight flickered like a dying heartbeat. Thunder grumbled in the distance. She clutched her worn leather jacket, breath misting before her. Her phone lay dead on the cracked concrete. Footsteps echoed behind her, each step a demand. Emma's heart pounded against her ribs. Rain began to hiss against the tarmac. She glanced up. The sky was empty. No planes, no echoes of engines, just darkness. A gust nearly knocked her off balance. She pressed her back to the rail. Her fingers found the cool grip of her late father's compass. She flicked it open. It pointed toward the runway's far end, where a lone silver Cessna rested, paint chipped and rusted, its propeller still. A white ribbon trailed from its tail. Tattered and stained, Emma recalled the rumor. Someone had written a message in the sky above here, but that was a myth, just a legend whispered at parties, until tonight. Lightning split the sky above the Cessna. Rain pounded like stones. Emma's jacket soaked through, her boots filled with water. She forced herself forward. Each step felt heavier than the last. Her heart raced. She had to see it for herself, had to believe. The wind tore the ribbon. It snapped from the tail. Flapping toward her, Emma caught it in one hand. Her pulse spiked. Because stitched on the ribbon was a single letter, a perfect loop of silver thread, an E, her name. She stared at the letter as thunder cracked overhead. Her father's compass clattered to the ground. She dropped the ribbon. Storm water washed it away. Emma realized someone had been here, someone had known her, and had spelled her name. In the sky, footsteps behind her grew louder. She spun, drenched, eyes wide. A dark figure emerged from the hangar, tall frame bowed against the storm. Rain streamed down his coat. He lifted his head. Lightning illuminated his face. Blue-green eyes, familiar, unforgettable. "Emma," he called softly. His voice swallowed by the wind, her heart jolted. She staggered forward. "Who are you?" she shouted. Her voice cracked. He lifted a hand, not in threat, in greeting. Lightning flickered again. But this time a second bolt traced across the clouds. It wasn't random. It formed letters, slowly, deliberately. EMMA, her name, written in lightning. Emma gasped. Rain blurred her vision. She blinked. The letters vanished. Her knees buckled. The man caught her, his grip firm but gentle. "Trust me," he whispered. She peered up. His face blurred by rain. He reached into his coat, pulled out a folded paper. It trembled in his hand. Emma recognized the handwriting, her father's. "Read it," he urged. Lightning flashed overhead, casting the runway in stark white. Her world tilted. Thunder rolled like distant gunfire. Emma unfolded the letter. Ink smeared from the rain, but the words were clear. 4 lines, each ending with her name. He wrote her name in the sky. She knew his love was written in the clouds. Emma's breath caught. A roaring gust nearly snatched the note away. She gripped it tighter. The stranger's voice cut through the storm. "Your father left a promise." Emma's vision swam. She felt tears mix with rain. The compass at her feet clicked open again, pointing toward the horizon. "Follow it," he said. A thunderclap swallowed his words. He stepped back, disappeared into the dark hangar. Emma blinked. The old Cessna's door creaked open. Warm light spilled out. She hesitated. Her father's voice echoed in her mind. "Keep looking up." Lightning forked above. And in that flash, Emma saw letters etched in the clouds. Not by chance, by design, a message for her. She swallowed hard, climbed into the plane. The door slammed shut. Engines roared to life. Emma's fingers trembled. She grabbed the yoke. Rain drummed on the windshield. But above the storm, the clouds part. An opening. A sky painted with hope. Emma took a deep breath. The engines surged forward. The runway lights blurred past. She lifted off, and straight into the heart of the storm. Lightning bloomed overhead, illuminating her path. She leaned forward, eyes fixed on the clouds. She knew his love awaited, written just for her, and below the world vanished in thunder. Ever closer she climbed, ever higher she rose, into the promise of his sky-written vow. Emma Larsen lived in a small Seattle suburb. She worked early morning shifts at a bakery. Her days began before sunrise. She kneaded dough while raindrops tapped the windows. Her apartment smelled of fresh bread and coffee. She shared it with her cat, Nimbus, a gray tabby with storm cloud eyes. Emma's parents died 5 years ago. Their memories lived in old photographs. She kept them on a chipped wooden shelf. Her father's compass stood beside her mother's cookbook. She often traced its lines with her finger, a ritual that grounded her. At 28, Emma had few close friends. Her neighbor, Marcus Reed, brought her coffee on rainy mornings. He worked in tech nearby, soft-spoken, always offering a warm smile. He worried over her long work hours, but Emma shrugged off his concern. She needed the extra shifts. Her student loans lingered like dark clouds. Her dream had been marine biology, but tuition rose faster than waves. Now she settled for simpler joys. Early morning runs along Puget Sound, the cry of gulls overhead, salt spray on her face. She breathed in hope. Each run reminded her of childhood summers. She and her father traced star constellations on the beach, his voice gentle as tidewater. "Always look up," he'd say. Her mother laughed from their blanket. "He writes her name among the stars," she teased. Emma had forgotten how safe that felt, until tonight. Her routine kept her grounded. After the bakery, she walked the aisles of Greenwood Market. She greeted Mr. Patel at checkout. He always slipped her a free pastry. She nodded her thanks. He winked. "You deserve a treat," he'd say. Emma smiled, though her thoughts drifted. She lived 2 blocks from Lake Union. Her small living room looked onto sailboats at rest. On clear days, she spotted kayakers slicing through glass water, but clouds often settled low. Her favorite view lay beyond the fog. Atop Queen Anne Hill, a cityscape glowed under twilight. She visited there when her mind raced. She'd sit on a bench with her laptop, sketching marine life between pastry bites, dreaming of a life beyond flour and yeast. Her best friend, Carla Jenkins, was a nurse at Harborview. They met at community college. Carla advised Emma to pursue her dreams. "You're stronger than you know," she'd tell her. Emma nodded, but doubt lingered. Unexpected bills and mortgage felt like anchors. Emma's biggest secret, she feared skywriting. As a child, she'd watched a banner plane tease her name. But the pilot lost control in turbulence. The banner snapped from the plane. It trailed into a storm. Her father chased it in his small Cessna. He returned hours later, shaken. He never explained. Emma forgot the incident's details, but sky banners haunted her dreams. Her mother reassured her. "Your father protects you," she'd say. Yet Emma felt unprotected tonight. She held her scarf tighter. Her thoughts swirled like storm clouds. That morning, she nearly smiled at the sky. She felt something new, a flicker of excitement. She paused during her run. A light plane soared above the pine trees. A banner trailed behind. She squinted. It spelled EMMA, but the letters blurred in distance. She shook her head. Clouds swallowed the plane. Her pulse quickened. Had she imagined it? She scanned the sky again. Clear, no plane, no banner. Her heart settled into ordinary rhythm. She shrugged it off. Yet the memory smoldered in her mind. A spark of curiosity. That curiosity grew as she prepared for work. She noticed her father's compass missing from the shelf. Her breath froze. She searched the apartment. No compass. No note. Her phone buzzed. A text from Carla, "Coffee tonight?" Emma stared at the screen. She tapped a reply, "Can't." Family thing, her hand shook. Emma didn't tell Carla about the banner. She didn't tell Marcus. She didn't even admit it to herself. Yet unease brightened her senses, like a storm on the horizon. That evening, she sat at her kitchen table. Rain tapped the window. She held a mug of tea. Steam curled upward. She closed her eyes, hoped for answers, hoped for safety. A soft knock at her door jolted her. She set down the mug, heart tightening. She opened the door. No one stood there. Only a single white ribbon lay on the mat, tangled and soaked. She picked it up with trembling fingers, stitched in silver thread. An E, her name. Emma inhaled sharply. Rain pattered behind her. She backed into her apartment. Her mind raced with questions. Who knew her name? Why leave this here? Her father's words echoed. "Keep looking up." She stepped back outside. Glancing upward, dark clouds roiled above. Emma's heart pounded. Her safe world shattered. She wrapped the ribbon around her finger. Rain soaked her hair, her breath caught. A distant engine. A plane soared above her rooftop. banner trailing behind. She stared, and the banner read only 2 words. "Trust Emma." Emma's pulse thundered. She gripped the ribbon, whispered into the storm, "What are you hiding?" That afternoon, Emma found a plain white envelope at her bakery's back door. No stamp. No return address. Her name was scrawled on the front in shaky handwriting. She slipped it into her apron pocket. Hands trembling, she resumed kneading dough. Flour dusted her fingers. Her heart beat too fast. She forced a smile for a customer. Inside, curiosity warred with fear. After closing, Emma locked the door and sank onto a stool. Rain tapped the windows. She pulled out the envelope. It felt damp. She tore it open. A single sheet of paper lay inside. The paper was old, edges frayed, ink faded. She unfolded it slowly. The note read, "Meet me where skies touch water, midnight, bring my compass." Her breath caught, where skies touched water. Puget Sound. Midnight, hours away, her father's compass missing. She pressed her palm against the table. Letters blurred as tears formed. Who sent this? A voice whispered in her mind, "Your father's promise." Emma's phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number, "Don't trust the sky tonight." Her chest tightened. She dropped the note. It slid across the wooden floor. Her breath hitched. Thunder rumbled above the rooftop. She pictured the Cessna on that abandoned airstrip. The silver ribbon, the stranger with green eyes, everything led here. Emma stood. She grabbed her jacket, steeled herself for midnight. But before she could leave, she heard a soft click. The back door latch. Someone entered behind her. She whipped around. Silence, empty hallway, only the echo of her pounding heart. Emma's car wound along narrow coastal roads. Fog clung to streetlights. Her headlights cut through mist. Every shadow seemed alive. She gripped the steering wheel. Compass gone. Only her father's voice guided her. "Look up, trust the clouds." At the waterfront pier, rusted pilings lined cracked planks. Midnight air smelled of salt and oil. Emma's boots echoed against wood. She scanned the dark horizon. Waves slapped beneath her feet. A lone lamp flickered at the end of the dock. She approached. Footsteps crunched behind her. She spun. Empty night. Her breath quickened. Rain splattered on her jacket. She swallowed fear. A whisper brushed her ear. "Emma," she froze, no one visible. A paper boat floated at her feet. Ink spelled one word. "Why?" Her heart sank. She looked up. Clouds shifted overhead. Wind picked up. She took the boat, tucked it in her pocket. Suddenly, headlights beam cut through fog. A black SUV rolled onto the pier. Tinted windows hid its occupants. Engine idled. Doors remained locked. Emma's pulse raced. She backed away. The SUV's rear hatch clicked open. A tall man in a leather jacket stepped out. Blonde hair plastered by rain. Blue eyes calm, he held out a flashlight. "Emma Larsen?" he asked. His voice deep and steady. She nodded. "Who are you?" He clicked the flashlight on. Light illuminated his features. Clean-shaven jaw, scar across his brow. "Call me Aaron." He offered his hand. Emma hesitated. Her gut screamed danger. But something in his eyes felt familiar. She took his hand, firm grip. He drew her closer. "Your father asked me to help." Her breath hitched. Her father had no allies. "Why should I trust you?" Aaron's eyes darkened. He glanced toward the waves. Figures emerged from the fog. 3 silhouettes paced along the shoreline. They wore dark coats and fedoras, their intent clear. "Shadow men," Aaron muttered. He pulled out a Glock from his coat. Emma's stomach twisted. He kept talking. "Your father uncovered something dangerous." Thunder rolled as the figures paused. One raised a hand. A flare ignited on the beach. Red light strobed their faces. Emma's breath caught. One man's pale features stared back. Cold eyes, he aimed. Aaron swung his arm. The Glock barked. A shot rang out. Sand sprayed at Emma's feet. She dropped behind a piling, heart drumming in her ears. Aaron sprinted to her side. "Stay low," he ordered. She crouched. Rain drenched her hair. Bullets pinged metal rails above. She watched Aaron. He fired again. One figure collapsed. 2 others ducked behind crates. "Move," Aaron urged. He grabbed her hand. They dashed along the pier's edge. Water splashed at their ankles. Aaron led her through narrow gaps, revealed a hidden path beneath the docks. They emerged into a cramped boathouse. Damp wood walls pressed close. Oil cans lined shelves. A single window showed the pier's lights. Aaron bolted the door. Emma leaned against it, her heart thundered. "Why am I being hunted?" she gasped. Aaron exhaled. "Because of what your father found." He knelt and tapped her coat pocket. She remembered the paper boat, pulled it out. He read the word. "Why?" He nodded gravely. "Because they want answers too." Emma's mind raced. "Who?" Aaron pulled a folder from his jacket. He tossed it on a workbench. Photographs and documents spilled out, blueprints of an airplane engine. Her father's handwriting scrawled across margins. Key phrases underlined in red. Project Cloud Writer. Unauthorized sky message. Subject, Emma Larsen. Emma's breath caught. Project Cloud Writer, her father's secret experiment. "To write in the sky," she whispered. Aaron stared at her, his face pale. "They weaponized messages," he said. "Your father refused to cooperate." Footsteps thundered outside the door. Wood groaned. Rain hammered the roof. The Shadows men returned. They kicked the door. Splinters flew. Aaron grabbed Emma's arm. "Go!" he shouted. He slid open a trapdoor beneath a workbench. A ladder led down in darkness. Emma hesitated. His grip tightened. "Trust me," he urged. She nodded. They climbed into blackness. Bullets shattered wood above. Emma's pulse roared. She followed Aaron down the ladder, into the unknown. They reached a flooded tunnel below. Cold water lapped at Emma's ankles. She shivered. Aaron led her forward, his flashlight beam trembling. At the tunnel's end, a steel door awaited. Aaron punched in a code. Lock clicked open. Inside, an old hangar lit by a single bulb. Planes rested on dusty floors. Sky banners draped from ceilings. Each spelled her name in different scripts. Emma gasped. She stepped forward, each banner more elaborate. Aaron whispered, "Your father left messages here." Emma ran her hand along a bright banner, letters stitched in gold thread. She raised her eyes. A final, massive banner hovered from rafters. Floodlights illuminated its length, and words glowed in phosphorescent paint. "Don't trust clouds." Emma's blood ran cold, threatened by her father's own warning. She glanced at Aaron. His face was grim. Aaron guided Emma into an old garage gym. Concrete floors coated in dust. Punching bags swayed from rusted beams. Neon lights flickered above. "First, stance," Aaron said softly. Emma faced the mirror. Feet shoulder-width apart, knees bent slightly. She raised her fists. Her arms trembled. "Relax, breathe," Aaron instructed. She exhaled slowly. Her chest felt tight. He held a focus mitt. "Hit this," he said. Emma jabbed clumsily. Her fist missed the target. She frowned. Thunder rumbled outside. Rain drummed the roof. "I'm sorry," she muttered. He shook his head. "Again, harder." Emma's fist snapped forward, leather slapped mitt. She winced. "Better," Aaron nodded. Her heart raced. Next, defensive moves. Aaron tossed a padded shield. Emma blocked it. Then ducked low, her muscles burned. Frustration curled in her stomach. Tears threatened. She clenched her jaw. "You're stronger than you think," Aaron said. Emma glanced at him. His scar stood out in neon glow. She asked, "Your scar?" He sighed. "Old mission, I failed someone." He shook his head. "Your father saved me that day." Emma's breath caught. Her father's kindness echoed. She nodded. They moved outside to a shooting range. Target silhouettes stood 10 yards away. Emma held her father's old pistol, cold metal in her palm. She aimed too high. Shot rang. Bullet ricocheted safely. She flinched. Aaron crouched beside her. "Focus on the sight," he whispered. Emma did, exhaled, pulled the trigger. The shot sounded cleaner. Bullet hit the target's center. Emma's eyes widened. A surge of pride bloomed. They returned to the gym. "Emotional strength is like muscle," Aaron said. "You train it here." He tapped his chest. Emma placed her hand there. Her heartbeat steadied. He taught her to read body language, to sense intent, to trust instinct. Each drill built confidence. Her strikes grew precise. Her footsteps carried purpose. Her breathing slowed. At sunset, they paused. Emma's shirt clung to her back. She wiped sweat from her brow. "I feel capable," she admitted. Aaron smiled. "You're ready for more." Emma's phone buzzed. Unknown number. Her brow furrowed. She slid a message open. One word flashed. "Tonight." Emma's heart skipped. She met Aaron's eyes. His smile vanished. Danger still waited. Night fell as Emma and Aaron drove toward Lake Washington. Streetlights passed in puddled reflections. Emma gripped the door handle. Silence filled the car. Aaron parked under a willow tree. Branches brushed the windshield. He turned to her. "We need answers." He handed Emma a photograph. It showed her father and Marcus Reed, smiling at a dockside cafe. Emma's heart jolted. "Marcus," she whispered. Aaron nodded slowly. "He warned us." Emma's brow furrowed. "Marcus warned you?" Aaron's gaze darkened. "Your neighbor isn't who he seems." Emma shook her head. "Marcus has been my friend." Tears formed in her eyes. Aaron opened his coat, revealed a hidden badge. "Federal agent." Emma stared. "You're FBI," he nodded. "My team has tracked Project Cloud Rider for years." Emma's mind spun. She felt betrayal sting. "He said he'd help." Aaron exhaled. "Marcus tried to access your father's files." Emma's chest tightened. "Why? Money," Aaron said bluntly. "Shadow men paid him." Emma's vision blurred. She slid from the car. Rain splashed her boots. She stumbled away. Betrayal burned her veins. Marcus, her friend, her protector at dawn. She felt alone. Aaron chased after her. "Wait!" Emma halted. Her breath ragged. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" Aaron knelt in the puddle. "I didn't want to frighten you." He drew a document, signed by Marcus's name. "Proof of transfer." Emma peered. Marcus had taken her father's research. Tears mixed with rain. She shuddered. Her phone buzzed again, a video message from Carla. Emma played it. Carla stood in the bakery. She flinched. "My shift canceled," Carla whispered. She backed against shelves. "Emma, something's wrong here." A crash off screen. Her scream trailed off. Emma gasped. She dropped the phone. It cracked on the pavement. Aaron grabbed her arm. "She's in danger." Emma spun. Willow branches dripped around them. Lake water lapped nearby. Aaron's voice cut through her panic. "We must save her." Thunder rolled overhead. Emma met Aaron's eyes. Resolve hardened within her. She nodded. Aaron opened the trunk, pulled out 2 flashlights. They sprinted toward the cafe. Emma and Aaron burst through the cafe door. Fluorescent lights flickered overhead. Tables overturned. Coffee spilled across the floor. Marcus slumped in a chair, bound. Carla lay unconscious by the counter. Shadow men guarded them, 3 figures in dark coats. Emma's heart thundered. She raised her flashlight. Its beam danced across faces. "Let them go," she shouted. Bullets ricocheted off tile. Aaron dove behind a table. He returned fire. Emma ducked. She spotted a crowbar near a shelf, gripped it tight. One shadow man aimed at Carla. Emma charged forward. Her foot kicked a chair. It toppled into his path. He stumbled. Emma swung the crowbar. It connected with metal. He fell silent. Aaron covered her. Together they reached Carla. Emma cut her bonds. Carla's eyes fluttered open. She whispered, "Emma." Emma cradled her. "Safe now," she murmured. Behind them, a figure emerged. Tall, scarred, the leader. He pointed a pistol at Aaron. "Enough games," he snarled. Aaron raised his hands. His badge gleamed. Shadow men hesitated. Emma stepped forward. "Leave now," she said. Her voice trembled but held steel. The leader laughed. "Too late." He squeezed the trigger. Aaron lunged. The shot missed. Shattered tile flew. Emma grabbed Carla. She yanked her toward the back exit. Aaron knocked the leader aside. They traded blows. Aaron's fist connected. The leader crumpled. Emma pulled Carla through a side door. Rain poured outside. They stumbled onto a narrow alley. Puddles reflected neon signs. Carla leaned on Emma. "Thank you," she whispered. Emma's breath heaved. Aaron appeared at the alley mouth. He fired 2 warning shots. Shadow men retreated. He joined Emma and Carla. They backed toward Emma's car. Aaron unlocked doors. Emma helped Carla inside. Aaron slid into the driver's seat. The engine roared. They sped into the storm. Rain pounded the windshield. Lights blurred. Emma glanced back. City towers loomed. Above them, lightning carved the sky. In its flash, a banner drifted high, upward. Her father's final word. Partial victory settled in her chest. But the storm wasn't over. Rain eased as they exited the tunnel of streetlights. Emma parked under a soft halo of amber light. Carla, wrapped in Aaron's coat, shivered. Emma climbed out and opened Emma's back door. She lifted Carla inside. Aaron walked around to Emma's side. He pulled her close. "Are you hurt?" Emma asked Carla. Carla shook her head weakly. Emma brushed rain from her hair. She met Aaron's gaze. He offered a small smile. Marcus stepped from the shadows. His hands stained with guilt. He avoided Emma's eyes. Emma crossed her arms. "You betrayed me," she said softly. Marcus's voice cracked. "I was scared. They promised safety." Emma's jaw quivered. She turned away. Aaron placed a hand on Marcus's shoulder. "We'll protect you now," he said. Marcus nodded, relief flooding his face. Emma exhaled slowly. Police sirens echoed nearby. Aaron tapped his radio. "Team arriving," he said. Red and blue lights painted the wet pavement. Emma watched officers herd shadow men into squad cars. She spotted the leader in handcuffs. His eyes met hers. No words passed between them. Chains clicked as he walked away. Emma turned to Carla and Marcus. "Let's go home," she said. They climbed into the car. Aaron remained outside. He looked skyward. Clouds parted, revealing a crescent moon. Emma caught his gaze. "What now?" she whispered. Aaron stepped close. He tucked a strand of wet hair behind her ear. "Now you live," he said. Emma stared at him. Her heart swelled. Hope unfurled like dawn's first light. She smiled. He took her hand. Together they walked toward Emma's front door. Inside, the apartment felt warm. Nimbus greeted Emma with a soft meow. Emma scooped her cat into her arms. Carla draped a blanket over the couch. Marcus offered Emma a timid hug. Emma placed the silver ribbon and compass side by side on her wooden shelf. She lit a candle beside her parents' photos. Flame danced against glass. She closed her eyes, whispered, "Thank you." Later, Emma stepped onto her balcony. Night air smelled of wet pine. She held a steaming mug. Aaron joined her, leaning against the railing. Above, a Skyraider plane drifted slowly. Its banner glowed softly in moonlight. "Remember!" Emma's breath caught. She looked at Aaron. He shrugged, amused. She traced the letters with her finger. He wrote her name in the sky, she thought. "And now I write my own future." The clouds parted further. Stars emerged like promise. Emma lifted her mug. "To new beginnings," she said. Aaron clinked his mug against hers. They drank in silence. On the horizon, dawn's first blush appeared. Emma's heart felt light. She knew the storm had passed, yet every day held new sky-written vows. And on that balcony, under a sky of hope, Emma smiled.